the front court, taking her time. McCarthy sets a high screen. Forenstein, a three. Deep one is very good. Coughs it up, 2 apiece, 3 minutes gone by. McCarthy, a J from the baseline, feathery.
Wade looking for a lane to drive, gets inside, now kicks it to the corner. Megan Muir for 3 and good.
Will dribble out the clock as she watches the time expire. Your Bedford Bulldogs are Division I NHIAA state champions.
Contest of undefeateds, the Pinkerton Academy Astros coming in at 4-0 against the 4-0 Bedford Bulldogs. Hi, I'm Harry Kozlowski here. Mike Topp is here with me doing color. And Mike, it's the Battle of the Titans. It's a rematch of the Division I championship from last year.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not only that, New Hampshire Sports Page, their preseason rankings had Bedford 1, Pinkerton 2. We're sitting here, as you mentioned, the rematch. Both teams 4-0. Both teams over a 30-point differential in their 4 games. So on paper, this is going to be a great game.
I had a chance to talk to Coach Gibbs about his team, about the tournaments over the holiday period. Let's listen to see what Coach Gibbs has to say.
We're speaking with girls basketball coach Kevin Gibbs. And Coach, you've been pretty busy over the holiday with your young ladies, with games in tournaments and over the weekend. Why don't you catch us up?
Sure. Well, for the 4th year now, we've played in the Londonderry holiday tournament, and as always, we've been able to attract some really strong competition. We played 2 good teams from Rhode Island, LaSalle Academy and Barrington, and the best game of the weekend was against the top-rated team in Massachusetts and the defending D1 girls champion, Bishop Feehan. We did beat them last year by 7. This year, we beat them by 12, but it was, I think, a much more competitive game than we had last year. We went out to a lead, they came back. We went out to another lead, they came back and tied it, and then the girls really dug deep and pulled out a really strong win against a very talented Feehan team. We then had a bit of a layoff, 6 days, and as I think we've discussed in the past, we've worked to get some good competition in our schedule this year, and we had Walpole come in this past Saturday. Walpole is, or at least going into the game, was ranked 16th in Massachusetts across all divisions, and it was a competitive game through the first quarter. We were only up 2, and then the girls really locked in on defense and only allowed 13 points the rest of the way to run up a 54-27 victory, which was very satisfying because we had a little bit of trouble getting out of the blocks. I think that always happens when you have a lot of days off, but they dug in, especially on the defensive end, and secured a really nice victory.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that Walpole game. That's something new, playing teams from out of state. Is that a new feature going forward? Are you going to be scheduling games against other New England schools going forward?
It is, with no disrespect intended for the teams here in New Hampshire. This is a very talented group, and I want to challenge them as much as possible to prepare them for the postseason, to let the cat out of the bag a little bit for the 25-26 season. Next winter, the holiday tournament in Londonderry is expanding. Coach Doherty and I have been very active in attracting other schools in, so we have one of the best, if not the best, team out of Connecticut, Sacred Heart, coming in. We have Medfield, Mass, who right now is ranked top 3 in Massachusetts, coming in. We have a partial commitment where they're waiting to see if they can make it work from Burlington, which is the top team in Vermont. And again, the desire is to play as many of those teams as possible. In addition, the intent is to continue next year with Walpole and Wachusett. And if a hole develops in our schedule, we'll go looking for somebody else too.
Well, let's get to the matter at hand. You've got a big contest coming up Tuesday against Lanny Busgainer, Pinkerton Astro squad. They are also undefeated. You also faced them last year in the finals. What can you tell us about this year's Astro team coming to Bedford on Tuesday night?
They're very good. As always, well coached. Coach Buskey is one of the best coaches in the state. As a matter of fact, was just recognized by the union leader with a special coaches award. She always has her teams prepared and ready to play. She starts and returns 3 very solid players. Sydney Gerasi, who is committed to Southern New Hampshire University, Kaylee Dupuis, who's committed to Assumption, and then Brooke Benz, who I'm a little surprised doesn't have any offers yet, but she certainly should. They're 3 of the best players in the state. So, as a matter of fact, when talking about building our schedule, I approached Coach Buskey and asked if she'd be willing to play us in a home-and-home this year, and she very willingly said definitely. So this is the first of 2 meetings that we'll have against them this year, one at our place and then a second one in February at their place. They're a very good team, and I look forward to a very competitive game.
That's great, Coach, and good luck with that game on Tuesday. We'll talk to you again later.
Much appreciated. You take care.
And right now, we'll take a quick break for this message.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or CopperDoor.com.
Starting lineups for the Pinkerton Astros. Number 3, Kaylee Dupuis. Number 11, Emily Leonard. I'm sorry, number 12, Emily Leonard. Brooke Benz, number 21. You heard Coach Gibbs talk about her. Mia Marshall, number 25. And Sydney Gerasi, their leading scorer, averaging 18.8 points a game. And she's scored 75 points so far this season, a high of 21 this year.
Yeah, if you remember last year when Bedford played Pinkerton in the regular season, she was injured, and the result was a 38-point Bedford win. So everything starts with her. She runs the point. You heard Coach say she's committed to SNU for next year, so great player.
And there was a great article in the Union Leader today that highlighted Ms. Gerasi, talking about her achievements and what a role she plays on the team, not just as a scorer, but as a pivot for the rest of the team. At center court, Kelly Dupuis will meet up against Mel McCarthy for the tip. And we are about to begin. The tip won by Bedford. But Sarah Muir gets it over to Annie Zink, dribbling one-on-one into the key. Now she drops it off for Allard. Allard pushes it out to Zink. Inside to Mel McCarthy, but Mia Marshall reaching in, knocking the ball out of bounds. Side Bedford. Zink will inbound. Gets it to McCarthy at the top of the key. Now Allard. Inside to Muir off the bank, and it's in.
You'll see this Bedford press all night, right? That's how they smothering defense and then get in transition.
Dupuis tries to take it to the rack. Instead, she gets fouled. Or the ball actually, not a foul, but knocked out of bounds. So possession stays with the Astros. Ball inbounds to Marshall. Marshall against Ava Zink. Here's Benz. Marshall tries to hook, and it's blocked by McCarthy out of bounds.
Side thing, Marshall, you know, she's sister of Jackson Marshall, player of the year last year. I see him in the stands over there.
Inbounds to Gerasi. She's dribbling. Allard's watching her. Gets it inside to Dupuis. And she's fouled up, going up to the basket. She will shoot two. So the foul on Ava Zink, her first, team first. 7:07 to go here in the first. Bedford leads 2-0. And Dupuis ready to shoot two. First one is perfect.
Bedford's going to see the Gerasi to Dupuis, that combo all night long. Dupuis, as Coach mentioned, committed to Assumption.
Second one is short. Rebound goes to Bedford. Over the timeline, Zink tries to get into Muir, instead puts it on the ground. Now Allard, top of the key, dribbles. Allard calling out directions to her teammates, down to Muir. Inside to Mel McCarthy, she pivots, and she gets fouled going up to the basket. And the foul will be called on Mia Marshall, her first. McCarthy averaging 4 points a game. Misses that first. Second try on the way. This one a little short as well. And Leonard chases it down for Pinkerton. Here's Gerasi, the three. Rims out, rebound to Muir. Coming back quickly in transition, going right to the bucket. She ran right into Gerasi. What is the call? They're going to say a travel on Muir.
Yeah, I could have seen that going either way. I mean, you see, it could have been a foul, could have been just out of bounds.
Well, Gerasi had position under the basket, and even though there isn't that half circle here in high school ball, I think the officials still call it that way a little bit. So Pinkerton over the timeline, Dupuis, watched by Allard. Gets it to Gerasi, drives the baseline. Now she kicks it out to the three-point line. And it's good. Three-point shot there for Emily Leonard. Astros take the lead 4-2. Bedford quickly in transition. McCarthy now with the three-pointer. That is short. Rebound on the ground. Bedford trying to fight for possession. It's going to be a jump ball, I think. Yes, it is. And the possession arrow goes to the Astros.
One thing to watch is Dupuis versus Allard. You have two 6-footers who can handle the ball and shoot. You know, you don't see that a lot in high school basketball, but watching them guard each other, that's going to be fun all night long.
So you can see the press setting up here in the defensive end here. All 5 defenders crowding the zone. Inside to Gerasi. Zink watching her, Andy Zink. Gerasi crosses the timeline, still with it, dribbles, kicks it out to Benz. Benz drives to the bucket, kicks it out to Gerasi. She thought about the three, pulls it down, now thinks about it again, gets it to Dupuis. Dupuis changes direction, and they're going to wave off the bucket. They're going to say travel on Dupuis. So instead of 6-2, it remains 4-2 Astros with 5:40 to play here in the first. Bedford coming back. Andy Zink gets it to Allard, who's going to try a three, misses everything, goes out of bounds. Astros get the ball. Shooting a little off here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, early on. Yeah, I mean, you know, as I said, they're best in transition. They can also hit the three, so hopefully that will start falling for them.
Here's Gerasi into the offensive end. Andy Zink guarding her. Gets it across to Dupuis. Now Benz dribbles against McCarthy. Kicks it out to Dupuis. Benz is going to try it for three, and she gets it.
That's the thing about this Pinkerton. Even their girls down low, they can shoot.
7-2 lead now for Pinkerton. And we get a timeout here and a foul call on Gerasi. A push. That's Sydney's first foul. Third team foul on the Astros. Correction, make that second team foul. Ball's inbound. McCarthy, the hook, and it's in. McCarthy gets on the board, makes it 7-4 Astros. Dupuis dribbles, loses the ball, goes up in the air. Bedford gets it. Now here they come on a break. Sarah Muir. And the official said it went out of bounds. Not entirely sure. I think she saved the ball, but either way, it was a loose ball, and possession wasn't established either way. So Astros will get the ball here inbound. Bedford with the press. Muir. Now Gerasi, watched by Ann Zink. Zink gets it over the timeline. Gets a hand on the ball, knocks it out of bounds. Possession stays with the Astros.
Bedford will change it around. They're doing a man press now, but you'll see they'll go into a zone.
Gerasi on the inbound, dribbles. Little collision there. Now a three-point try, off the mark. Rebound to Allard. Bedford in transition. Cross-court pass, kicks it out to Annie Zink for the three. That's off. And Gerasi's going to get a fast break here. Off the glass too hard, no good. Annie Zink with the rebound. Into the corner to Allard. Pulls it down, gets to the bucket, and I don't know, look, a lot of contact there, no call.
She definitely wanted that, yes.
Astros get the ball on the rebound after the block. 3:45 to go here in the first, 7-4 lead for Pinkerton Academy. Here's Benz, dribbles, got a lane to the bucket, puts it off too hard off the glass. Sarah Muir with the rebound, now a breakout to Allard with the easy layup, and she puts it in. 7-6 now, 1 point lead for the Astros and a timeout called.
Yeah, it looks like Ben's got it hurt there a little. She's limping. Quick update area. After three, Varsity, Bedford 73, Pinkerton 60.
That's great news. They got an earlier start than we did. We'll keep an eye on that boys game. They're playing at the same time down in Derry. Meanwhile, BCTV's live channels and on-demand content are easier to access than ever before thanks to the Bedford Community Television app. It's free and available for download on Apple iOS and Android Play stores. Download the Bedford Community Television app from your phone app store and enjoy our programming anywhere you are.
And while we're talking about it, if anyone missed, Pinkerton swept the JV games. Boys 85-63, girls 42-33.
Benz tries to inbound, gets it to Gerasi. Still with it, gets it over the timeline in nick of time. Gerasi still dribbling, now has to dish it out. Leonard has it, she tries to get to the bucket, finds Benz underneath, and able to get it off the glass. 5 points for Benz, 9-6 now, Astros up. Sarah Muir waits, get to the McCarthy at the top of the key. Annie Zink now drives into the slot, and she is fouled. Looks like Gerasi might have picked up her second foul, and she did. Not a player that you want to get into foul trouble if you're Lanny Buskey and the Astros. Inbound to Allard. She's going to try the three. Rims out. Rebound Gerasi for the Pinkerton Academy Astros, and she comes back driving. Kicks it out. Gets it to Benz. Or to Marshall. And Marshall hits the three. 12-6. Lead back up to 6 now for Pinkerton. Here's Andy Zink. Pulls up. Ball's blocked momentarily, but Muir picks it up. A long pass, kind of dangerous there, almost getting intercepted. Allard now in the corner. Allard dribbles out to Muir. Muir resets the offense here for the Bulldogs. Allard inside to McCarthy, double teamed, and she gets the ball off the rim and off the backboard and into the basket. 12-8. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. There's a turnover picked up there by Marshall. Another turnover, and Allard's able to steal that ball quickly in transition to Sarah Muir. She runs and lays it in. 4 points for Muir. Lead down to 2 for the Astros. They call another timeout.
I mean, that's the third time Bedford had a clear, fast break, no one back.
Well, that's what they're known for. They get those turnovers, and right away they've got players going the opposite direction.
Yeah, Muir and Annie Zink, they're so fast, and they just know. They get out in transition, and it's over.
Annie Zink, of course, averaging 6.2 a game. She's had a high of 12. The leading scorer for the Bedford Bulldogs, Kate Allard, averaging 14.5. She's had a high of 18. Sarah Muir right behind her, averaging 11.5. She's had a high of 16. So Lanny Buskey talks things over with her players. And we're ready to inbound. Looks like Bedford's going to give them a little room here. Marshall to Dupuis. 90 seconds left here in the first quarter. 12-10, the Astros lead. Here's Gerassi's three-pointer. Too strong. Bedford comes up with the rebound. Quick outlet to Zink, now quickly inside to Eva Zink, and she puts it up off the backboard, and it's all tied up at 12.
You gotta love seeing that Zink to Zink connection.
Dupuis over midcourt. Leaves it for Marshall. Marshall tries to get it inside to Brown, but it's intercepted, and here's Annie Zink off. A little too strong. Rebound to Eva Zink. And what is the call at the foul? Looks like 24 is going to pick up the foul. That is Taya Brown. But it's going to put Eva Zink here on the line for two. Chance to take the lead here. Get the positive roll. Eva Zink with three. 13-12 Bedford. First time they're leading today. Zink puts it up, and that one swishes in. 4 points for Zink. The lead is 2 for Bedford. 14-12, under a minute to play. Brown dribbles, Muir on her. Changes direction, puts it in the corner there for Benz. Leaves it for Gerasi. Gerasi pulls up, gets it inside to Benz. Pulls up, puts it off the glass and in. Brooke Benz, she's got 7 points. Game's tied at 14. Muir inside to McCarthy. That's going to be off of Gerasi, so Bedford will retain possession there. They've been trying to get the ball inside to Mel McCarthy quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, she had a huge mismatch there. I mean, she's got at least 6 inches on Gerasi, so.
Gerasi's able to get a hand on that inbound pass. Luckily, it's out of bounds. Bedford will retain. Annie Zink now with the inbound. Waiting, looking, gets it inside to Eva. Eva Zink dribbles, one-on-one on Gerasi, pulls up, gives it to Mel McCarthy, drives, get the ball knocked out of her hands, turnover. Astros got it. 19 seconds to go here in the quarter. Muir knocks it out of bounds. Possession Astros. Here's the lane for Dupuis. Decided to just kick it out to Benz. Now Benz kicks it out to Marshall, but that goes over the center court line. It's a turnover for the Astros, so Bedford will have a chance here with 8.9 seconds to go. Try to get a lead going into the second quarter. The inbounds to Annie Zink. 5 seconds left. Muir drives to the basket, gets it in right at the buzzer. So Muir with 6 points. And it puts Bedford up 16-14 after one quarter.
I'd love to see that. If you saw, she had the open 3, but she also saw the lane, and she took the easy 2 versus jacking up a 3 right there.
Here comes that replay right now. Recapping the scoring, Muir leading the way for Bedford with 6 points. Eva Zink, she's got 4. Kate Allard with 2. Mel McCarthy with 4 points. On the Astros side of the ledger, Brooke Benz leads everybody with 7. Mia Marshall with 3. Emily Leonard with 3. Kaylee Dupuis with 1 point. And we at BCTV and Bedford 105.1 would like to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. They include Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Great New Hampshire Restaurants, including T-Bones and the Copper Door. I said Nelson Real Estate, right?
Yes.
Make sure I didn't forget it. Interim Healthcare, Wicks Insurance, Primary Bank. Wanted to make sure that everybody gets their mention.
You know, Harry, you mentioned the article on Gerasi, and one of the things it mentions just how calm she is, and you can watch her, you know, if you just watch her play, she doesn't panic. She's goes really slow, very methodical, makes the right passes, and as I say, you don't see that a lot in high school basketball.
And she distributes the ball too. She isn't just a leading scorer. She finds her teammates and gets them in good positions to get the ball in the bucket. Now Bedford, Allard with possession. Allard decides to drive to the basket, fights her way there and puts it in. 4 points for Allard. 18-14, Bedford up. And she's going to get an and one here and a foul. Waiting to see who the call is on. Did you catch who the player that was called? It's the 21. So
Benz.
Brooke Benz will be the guilty party, and Allard adds a point to that.
Yeah.
5 points for Allard, pushes the lead up to 5. It's 19-14 Bedford. Taya Brown dribbles to Marshall, deep in the corner. Allard is defending her, tries to go on the baseline. Couldn't get the layup, goes off the backboard. Now here's Allard. Whoa, what a move there. A little too hard though to finish up. Mel McCarthy gets it, puts it up. Again, too strong. Marshall's with the rebound. Astros come away with the ball. Gerasi dribbles, pass out to Marshall, thought about the three, and it's going to be a travel as Eva Zink got the hand up. She pulled the ball down. Unfortunately, she already left her feet. You can't do that. Now Bedford taking it out. 7 minutes to go here in the half. Lead of 5. Driving to the basket, Eva Zink. A beautiful layup, reverse layup. Unfortunately, bounced too high and out. Shot no good. And Dupuis with the rebound. And we're going to get an offensive foul call here on... Not sure who that's on. It's going to be on...
I think it was Dupuis.
On 20? No, on 3. Okay, Dupuis gets her first foul. Second foul on the Astros this quarter. And Lanny Buskey's a little incredulous on that call. I think she might have a point there.
You know it's a big game when it's the 5th game of the season and you see 3 refs on the court. They brought 3 refs. Want to make sure they get it right.
Now the officials are discussing things. I wonder if Lanny might have said something that made them rethink their call here. Let's find out. Actually, the call is on Lissesse, number 20, not on Dupuis. And let's see what the...
Yeah, I think that's a mistake, because I think Lissesse is injured. I think she's injured, so I think...
Well, I know the official did the fist and the 2, so and the scoreboard indicates a 20. Well, it looks like the Astros are going to keep possession here. Not sure what the outcome was there. Maybe we'll get an explanation later. Here's Gerasi. Now Benz. Dupuis. To Brown. Back to Dupuis at the top of the key. Gerasi. Dribbles. Tries to get around Muir, can't do it. She turns around, a little bit of a runner, too hard, rims out. Bedford with the rebound. Long pass to Muir, what a great pass, and then tried to get it back to McCarthy, but it's off the leg of Dupuis. Bedford retains, but what a quick thinking right there. The pinpoint pass to Zink, and then a quick one inside to McCarthy. That was kicked away by the Astros. Now here's McCarthy on the inbound. Almost stolen away there. And what's the call? Is it out of bounds on Bedford? Yeah.
Went off Zink, yes.
Brown affected the ball just enough that Zink thought she could pull it down, but instead it went out of bounds off her hands. So possession Astros. Still a 5-point lead for the Bulldogs, 19-14 with 6 minutes to play. She finds Brown underneath, trying to dribble out. It's going to be a jump ball here, yes, before Bedford could come up with it. It is jump ball, and the arrow favors the Astros. Exactly 6 minutes to go here in the half.
Bedford 93, Pinkerton 73 final.
Wow, that's great.
Yep. Big win for Bedford.
So after their opening season loss, the boys have been able to string up some big wins here. Don't forget, we're going to be doing their game on Friday. The long 3, no good by Gerasi. Ball loose for a moment. Now it's up to Muir. Muir dribbles across. Allard thinks about the three, drives the baseline, kicks it out to Muir, and the floater is good. 8 points for Muir. Lead is up to 7, 21-14 Bedford.
That was an example of Allard just being unselfish. He could have shot it, saw Muir was wide open, hit her.
Brown gets it back to Gerasi. And she turns around for the three. That's too strong. Rebound by Annie Zink. Pass up to Muir. Muir inside to Mel McCarthy. And what is the call? It's off in McCarthy's hands and out of bounds. I was going to say, it's kind of a, it's a really optimistic pass when you're passing in the middle of three Astros. And Mel couldn't hang on to the ball inside that crush, so it goes out of bounds. And as I was saying earlier, the boys were going to be doing a game on Friday against Manchester Memorial. That's the team that won the Queen City tournament and beat the boys in that tournament over the holiday.
And they beat undefeated Trinity as well.
Marshall tries a hook, no good. Now kick out to Dupuis for three, and she nails it. 4 points for Dupuis in the Bedford run. No, there's a stolen ball there. Gerasi gets it back. Leaves it for Brown. Kicks it out to Marshall. Top of the key. Marshall waits. Now bends against Allard. Taya Brown drives against McCarthy, too strong, off the backboard. McCarthy with the rebound. Now Bedford coming back. Here's Zink. Kicks it out to Grace Wolf in the game now for Bedford.
Yeah, first sub they've made. Muir needed a rest. They brought in Grace Wolf.
Annie Zink now resetting the offense. Now she drives to the bucket. She's got a lane. The high layup is good. Zink gets her first 2 points. Bedford back on top by 6, 23-17. Here's Gerasi. Dribbles. Kick out. A three. That's off. Wolf with the rebound. Wolf dribbles, gives it to McCarthy. McCarthy kicks it out to Annie Zink. She's going to try a three. Hits a little off, but Bedford's able to get the rebound. They're going to say that Wolf was out of bounds when she tried to save the ball.
Yeah, we can see this right here.
I don't know. I think he was anticipating her landing out of bounds a little bit. 3:28 to play. 23-17, Bedford's up. Brooke bends over the timeline. Drives to the baseline. Kicks it out. Now here's Marshall for three. Too strong. McCarthy tried the rebound, went off her hand, out of bounds. .3:15 remaining here in the half. Marshall with the inbound. We get a whistle here. What's this? A foul on
Gerasi.
Gerasi. Wow. That's her second. No, that's her third foul. Wow. So Sydney Gerasi in foul trouble already. She's going to come out of the game. They're going to say push off there. So Courtney Russell's going to come in for the Astros, take her place. I didn't see what happened. Did you? Was it?
It was a push off. Yeah. I mean, she.
So she was just trying to make a little room for the inbound. Okay.
Exactly. You called it early. You said when she got her first foul, like they got to keep her out of foul trouble. You see now, you know, they're down 6, and now they got to take her out.
Yeah. I mean, you already got 3 fouls, and there's still 3 minutes left in the half. That's not a good position to be in. Annie Zink dribbling for Bedford. Waits. Finds a lane. Puts it off in the key. Too hard. Rebound there, also too hard. The shot by Grace Wolf, and the Astros come up with the rebound. Russell dribbling against Annie Zink. Give and go back to Russell. Has trouble controlling the ball. I think she dribbles it out of bounds. What's the call here? Are they going to say it went off her or off an Astro or off a Bulldog?
They're keeping it with Pinkerton.
Okay, so they said Bedford knocked that one out. 2:41 to go here in the half. 23-17, Bedford leads on the inbound. Brown Gets it inside to Leonard. She's fouled going up to the basket.
Fouls on Muir.
Muir picking up her first. Bedford fairly clean, just 2 team fouls so far, both in this quarter. First shot there by Leonard, no good. Leonard with the second try, and that one is good. So 4 points for Leonard. 23-18 now. Bedford leads. Nice give and go there to Muir.
Nice pass by Allard there, coming off the bench.
10 points now for Muir. 25-18. Bedford leads by 7. Brown driving to the bucket. She's going to get fouled by Wolf. And it's a shooting foul. That's going to put Brown on the line.
Yeah, you can see she did a good job at causing contact, and then you know, obviously lost the ball, but she got that contact, went to the line.
Marshall coming out, Dupuis coming back in. Brown missing that first shot. Second one on the way, that's too strong. Allard comes up with the rebound. Allard drives, pulls up, puts the short bunny jumper in.
And that was left. I mean, she's got a nice left.
She's got 7 points, and Bedford's got 27 to Astros 18. Just under 2 minutes to play. Dupuis dribbles, top of the foul stripe, but she gets fouled as she tries to alley-oop the ball. So a string of fouls here on the Bulldogs. Ava Collins in now, number 22. She picks up that foul, putting Dupuis on the line here. Bedford up by 9. That first shot is good. Dupuis with 5 points. Second one is too strong. Astros had the ball momentarily. Now Wolf picks it up off the ground. Bedford comes away with it. Muir kicks it to Allard. Allard for the 3, and it's good.
That whole play started with the hustle by Grace Wolf, getting on the ground, getting that loose ball.
10 points for Allard. 30-19, Bulldogs up by 11. And a foul called here on the Bulldogs. And this is going to be foul number 5. So it should be a shooting foul. They're going to put Taya Brown on the line with 1:29 to go. Brown's shot is good. Those are her first points. She's 1 for 3 from the charity stripe. Juliet Law is in for Bedford. In for Mel McCarthy. Second shot, a little too strong. Allard comes up with the rebound. Laws to Wolf. To Collins. Now Allard deep inside, gets it to Laws into the corner to Wolf. Collins with it. Now Wolf drives, tries to put it up, gets her own rebound back, now hooks it in. That was Collins, right?
That was Grace Wolf.
Wolf, sorry about that. Number 4. Makes it 32-20. Short jumper, they're going to say offensive foul or a traveler on the Astros. So turnover by Pinkerton. 45 seconds to go here as the Bulldogs cross the timeline. Laws dribbles. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Laws. I guess she stiff-armed the Astros player. That's about all I can think of.
I think once again, I think they got her with a push-off.
So the Astros get the ball back with 36.4 seconds to play. Brooke Benz to Leonard. Brown. Dupuis heading to the far sideline. Benz with it again. Brown gets it inside to Dupuis, not very close to the bucket, but she gives the underhanded layup, rolls around the rim, doesn't go down. Bedford trying to come up with the ball here. They do. Everything now, the Astros get it right back. And a layup right at the bucket by Brooke Benz. So a little sloppy ball handling there. They just couldn't get that loose ball to settle down. And they wind up giving up some points in the process, but turns out it's still a 10-point lead for Bedford, 32-22. Any thoughts on that first half?
I mean, the Bulldogs started off slow. We knew it was going to be a good game, but then they started playing their game. They got a bunch of points in transition, a lot of hustle play. I mean, I thought one of the key right there, when, as I said, Grace Wolf got on the ground, hit the ball away, Allard hits a three. It's those kind of plays that make it so they're up 10 when they started the game, down 7-2. So Pinkerton's playing well. They're shooting well, getting to the line. I think just they got to get back on defense. They can't give Bedford these easy two points.
And the big problem, of course, is that Sydney Gerasi with 3 fouls on the bench early in that second half, and who knows how much time she's going to have in the second. Let's get you caught up on scoring. For Bedford, Annie Zink with 2, Grace Wolf with 2, Sarah Muir leads with 10, as does Kate Allard with 10, Ava Zink with 4, Mel McCarthy with 4. On the Astros side, it is Brooke Benz leading the way with 9 points, Kaylee Dupuis with 5, Emily Leonard with 4, Taya Brown with 1, Mia Marshall with 3, and Sydney Gerasi still nothing on the score sheet so far. So we're going to take a quick break, when we'll come back in just a moment after these messages.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or Copperdoor.com.
And welcome back to Bedford High Gymnasium here. Second half action coming up between the Bulldogs and the Pinkerton Astros. 10-point lead. Ten-point lead now here for the little technical issue right there. Sorry about that. We are back on the air, and as I mentioned, a 10-point lead here for the Bulldogs, 32-22. And just getting you caught up here on what's coming up on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. Boys basketball, they just had a win tonight in Pinkerton. They're going to be taking on the Manchester Memorial Crusaders Friday, 7 o'clock. And we'll have that game for you here on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. Bedford changing direction and now going from left to right. Allard almost lost the ball. She gets it back. Here's the drive to the bucket by Eva Zink. Too strong. Rebound stolen away here by the Bulldogs. Kick out to Muir. She's going to try a 3. That rims out. And the Astros with the rebound. Leonard over the timeline. Watched by Muir. Almost lost it there. Leaves it for Benz. Now Dupuis with it. Back to Leonard. Dupuis. Pass inside, broken up by Bedford. Here comes Muir. Gets it up to Mel McCarthy, back in the game. Pulls up. Little hook shot, no good. Allard gets the rebound and puts it away. (34-22), Bedford up by 12. Gerasi in the game now with her 3 fouls. She pulls up, leaves it there for Dupuis. Changes direction, drives to the bucket, and a rejection by Allard.
That was her left hand. She's a righty, but I feel like she scores more with her left hand, and that block was just with her left hand. Definitely ambidextrous on the basketball court.
Marshall with the inbound. Gets it to Dupuis and Gerasi. Ball knocked out of her hand over the timeline, but because Bedford made contact with the ball, it stays with the Astros. Gerasi still dribbles. 2-point jumper is good. Finally gets on the score sheet. 34-24, Bedford up by 10. Here's Ava Zink. Kick out to sister Annie. 3-pointer no good. Mel McCarthy with the rebound. Too strong. And the Astros get the rebound. Here's Dupuis. And Benz, she drives. McCarthy on her. Short jumper, no good. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up again. It's good. 11 points for Benz.
She's not that tall, but she is good down low. Really great pump fakes. Goes up strong. Tough to guard.
Here's Sarah Muir from the corner for a 3. Rims out. Mel McCarthy with the rebound. Kicks it out to Annie Zink. She drives to the bucket. Finds a lane and puts it in. 4 points for Annie Zink. 36-25. 26, I'm sorry. Bulldogs up by 10. Here's Gerasi. Takes a long distance 3 and nails it. Gerasi feeling it now. She's got 5 points. Cuts the lead now 36-29. Annie Zink responds with a layup. She's got 6, 38-29.
I think with 3 fouls, Gerasi, she can't afford to get her 4th, so they're going right at her.
Gerasi tries another 3. Too strong, but they're going to call a foul here underneath the bucket. It'll be on Bedford, on Annie Zink, her first. First team foul of the quarter. Marshall gets it into Dupuis. Marshall with it back. Dribbles, tries to drive, underhanded layup, and she gets the foul. I believe that'll be Eva Zink with her second. We'll get the verification. Yes, it is number 12 with the foul there. Second team foul on Bedford this quarter.
For anyone who's worried about Bedford's future, in the first half, they played 3 freshmen. They have a bunch of sophomores playing. I'll put a shout out my daughter's Lurgio team, the 7th, 8th grade, undefeated. So, 4 straight state champion appearances. It looks bright.
2 foul shots good by Mia Marshall. Cut the lead to 38-31. Now Bedford inside to Mel McCarthy. She's double teamed, kicks it out, gets it out to Muir, inside to McCarthy, who puts it off the glass and in. She's got 6 points. 40-31, Bedford's back up by 9. Here's Benz driving the baseline, puts it up and good. 13 points for Benz. Muir quickly responds off the glass. She's got 12. 42-33. Bedford up. Now Gerasi, top of the key. She's going to take that 3. No good. I think Gerasi feels like she's got to get the team back into it by taking those long shots. She is known for her 3-point shooting. Oh, Muir had a lane to the bucket. She should have took that. Instead, it's going to go out of bounds. Let's see what the call is here. looks like it's going to stay with Bedford. But, you know, Muir looked like she had a clean lane to the bucket, and she decided to kick it out.
I think these girls are so unselfish that sometimes they give up the open shot when they should shoot.
Now here's Muir. Over to Eva Zink. And she's rejected by Brooke Benz. Ball stays with the Bulldogs. 3:24 to go here in the third quarter. 9-point lead for the Bulldogs, 42-33. Now Mel McCarthy deep inside, the hook off the mark. Allard gets it back. Annie Zink puts up the bunny jumper, no good. Now Muir gets a crack at it, no good. Out of bounds, they're going to say off of Bedford. So 3 cracks at the bucket, couldn't get a basket, and a timeout is called. It's easy to listen to Bedford 105.1. Just go to WBNH.bedfordnh.org or Bedford1051.com. You'll find a stream link there. We also stream on apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, and Radio Garden. Or if you have an Alexa device, just say, Alexa, play Bedford 105.1.
You know, the most amazing thing about these guys being 1 and 2 is last year they probably had the 2 best players in the state, Liz LaJoy and Lana McCarthy. They leave and they're still 1 and 2. Liz is playing at UNH, getting a lot of minutes, and then Lana's starting for Purdue. They actually play. I think it's on national TV right now. They're playing the #1 team in the nation, UCLA, Purdue. So right now, I think they're down 25 at half. But still, the fact that a Bedford girls on national TV playing the #1 team in the nation is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that Lana McCarthy, you know, I mean, it's not amazing that she's with a program like Purdue, but going from Bedford to playing the nationally ranked teams in the nation, it's quite a jump, and she's holding her own. She's doing a terrific job. She starts
averaging, I think, 8 and 6. I mean, can't ask for more.
And she's getting good playing time for a freshman, too. Play resumes. Astros over the timeline. Benz drives against McCarthy, now kicks it out. Dupuis with the 3, it's short. Astros get the rebound. Oh, off the leg of Gerasi. There's a turnover. Lead pass for Ava Zink, and just a little too much on that ball. Mel McCarthy tries to keep it in bounds, instead winds up knocking it out, so the ball will go to the Astros. Still a 9-point lead here. Correction, 11-point lead for the Bulldog. 9-point lead, 42-33. 2:42 to play here in the third. Ball's kicked out, stolen away by Muir, has a lane to the bucket, off the glass and in. 14 points for Muir. 44-33, the lead is 11 now for Bedford. Dupuis tries to make a pass, it gets knocked down. Muir on the fast break, already in transition, puts it in.
And that's what I was talking about. That's how this game could get out of control. That's 2 easy buckets for Muir.
You know, before the ball's even in the hands of the Bedford player, Muir's halfway down the court waiting for the outlet pass. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Benz dribbles. Leaves it there for Marshall. Marshall comes to the foul line. Tries to make a pass. Little off the mark. Turnover, they're going to say jump ball. And who has the possession arrow? We don't see it here from our broadcast position. Looks like it's going to stay with the Astros. And a timeout is called. No, it isn't. Okay, so the ball inbounds to Gerasi.
After those 2 layups, maybe they should have called a timeout, but
Gerasi still with it. Leaves it for Taya Brown. Now Brooke Benz. Mia Marshall. Here's Brown again. Now the pass to Gerasi. She drives to the bucket. A little off balance. No good. And Bedford with the rebound. Long lead pass to Allard. Goes off her hands and out of play, turnover Bedford. But, you know, it kind of reminds me of a long pass, you know, the kind of connection that Tom Brady used to have. Just to throw to the end zone. Now stoppage in play.
I mean, I like that Coach Gibbs doesn't, he doesn't censor them. He lets them let it go. If you have someone open, let it go. Don't worry about turning the ball over.
Well, Allard wasn't even that open, but the pass was right on the money. It's too bad that Allard couldn't pull that one down. It is kind of tricky catching a ball like that in a crowd. Now here's an open shot by Taya Brown. And then Muir responds with a bucket of her own.
What do you have for her? 18?
I have 16 for Muir.
Okay.
Actually, I think it is 18.
Yeah.
That last bucket was number 18. So 13-point lead now, 48-35. Ball's out of bounds. They're going to get a foul call here. And it's going to be on Sarah Muir, her second foul. And Dupuis is on the line. She makes her first shot. She is 3 for 5 from the foul line. Second one is good as well. 48-37, the lead for Bedford. 45 seconds to play. Zink had a lane. She kicks it out to Allard, who gets the three. Allard with 15. 51-37. Marshall to Dupuis. Now Gerasi thinks about the three. Now dribbles. Tries to get around her player. Running layup, too strong. Zink with the rebound. Zink being harassed there by Brown. Gets it to Mel McCarthy. McCarthy backs into an Astros player. Gets an offensive foul there. Marshall taking the brunt of that hit.
I'll say
McCarthy with her first foul.
I'll say it again, and now that they're in a game that's not a 30-point game, this team plays so unselfish. They play, it's true team basketball.
Here's Gerasi. Pulls up the three. That's short, right at the buzzer. So after three, it's 51-37. And the scoring so far, I've got Kaylee Dupuis with 7, Emily Leonard with 4, Brooke Benz with 13, Taya Brown. I think she had a 3. Does she have a 3, Taya Brown?
No, she has 3 points. She has a free throw.
She had a 2 there. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So she's got 3. Mia Marshall's got 5, and Sydney Gerasi with just 5 points all in the third quarter for the Bulldogs. Annie Zink with 8. Grace Wolf with 2. Sarah Muir, she's got 18, leading the way. Eva Zink with 4. Kate Allard with 15, and Mel McCarthy with 6.
Yeah, one thing I got to mention, Coach Gibbs, during our holiday tournament, the Lurgio Middle School, he drove all the way to Nashua to watch the team, and it means so much to the girls. I mean, that's how much he cares about this program. He'll drive 30 minutes to go watch 7th and 8th graders play basketball.
Well, Coach Gibbs knows that. Those are his future varsity starters in a couple of years. Real quick, we want to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Internet Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and great New Hampshire restaurants like T-Bones and the Copper Door. Fourth quarter begins. Annie Zink dribbles out to Grace Wolf in the game now. Wolf gets it inside to Ava Zink. Now Mel McCarthy trying to find room. Gets a contested shot off, too strong. Rebound to the Astros. Dupuis to Marshall. She's going to try a 3 from the top of the key. That's off the mark. Wolf with the rebound, leaves it for Annie Zink. 51-37 is your score. Bedford on top by 14. Annie Zink. The ball goes off from Marshall. Wolf is able to recover it. Now inside to Mel McCarthy. She's got the ball and puts it off the glass. She's got 8 points. 53-37, lead up to 16 now. Gerasi leaves it for Benz. Benz drives, gets it to Dupuis in tight. There's a hook shot. And the foul is going to be called on McCarthy, I believe. No, number 20. Sorry, Kate Allard's going to pick up that foul. It's her second foul. That shot looked like she knew she was getting fouled, and she just threw something up to draw that shooting foul. So Dupuis makes that one.
You know, it's fine that shot down there by Mel for 3 years. Kate was giving those entry passes to Lana, and now she's giving them to Mel. It's the same pass, that over-the-top pass, easy bucket.
Both good by Kaylee Dupuis. She got shooting 6 for 8. Here's Bedford out to McCarthy by the three-point line. Now Wolf back to McCarthy. Over to Ava Zink. She drives, turns, pivots, too strong. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Gerasi with the ball. Long lead pass to Dupuis, quickly puts it up. That's off the mark. McCarthy with the rebound. Bedford coming back quickly in transition. Eva Zink, the sister Annie. Waits, pulls it down, drives to the bucket, fakes a pass, and gets the roll. And she's got 10 points. Bulldogs lead 55-39. 6 minutes to play in regulation. Dupuis to Benz. Dribbles. Now Taya Brown, she pulls up, gets it to Gerasi. Gerasi thinks about the three, runs out of room, kicks it out to Benz, who puts the three in. (55-42). Benz with 16 points. Let's see now if the Bulldogs might slow things down a little bit. McCarthy kicks it out to Grace Wolf. She's going to try the three. That's off. Bedford with the rebound. No call, foul call. Finally, Eva Zink had an Astro player hanging off her, and Coach Gibbs is like pleading to the official, give me a call, give me a whistle, and finally it happens. Taya Brown, the guilty party. That's her second foul. Zink will inbound. Long to Wolf. Now McCarthy. Ava Zink dribbles, turns around, tries to get a contested shot away. It's short of the rim. Dupuis comes away with the rebound for the Astros. Goes to the bucket, shot blocked, but Ava Zink lands out of bounds for trouble. Ball will go right back to the Astros. Quick substitution.
Ella
Zink
Allard
comes out. Thank you. Ella Allard is in. Zink comes out. Dupuis gets the inbound. She's going to try the three. That's off. Rebound to Marshall. Now Gerasi drives and gets the bucket there. It's her 7th point. 55-44. Pass inside to Allard for Bedford. That layup no good. They get their own rebound. Back inside to Allard. She turns around and shakes off a defender and gets the bucket. And she's got 17 points.
That's the second time she's faked like she's going back out, and she goes right to the basket.
Yeah, I was going to say that she didn't have any room, but as soon as she made that move, she opened up a lane to the bucket. Taya Brown. Ball is knocked over the timeline by a Bedford player, so no foul called there. Dupuis pulls back, still with it, dribbling. Gets it to Gerasi. Gerasi leaves it for Brooke Benz. Top of the key. Stops. Thinks about a shot. Gets it to Brooke. To Brown, I should say. Gerasi knocked away by Ava Zink. Ball will stay with the Astros. 4:01 to go here. Astros need to get some buckets here if they're going to make a game of this. Now the inbound by Brown. Dupuis had the baseline open and she lays it in.
I thought they could have called a foul on that. Looked like she got tangled up a little.
57-46. 11-point lead for the Bulldogs, under 4 to play. Allard inside to McCarthy. She decides to pivot, put it off the glass. And Mel's got 10 points. 59-46. 13-point lead for the Bulldogs. Brooke Benz tries to kick it out, but loses the ball in the process. Annie Zink coming away with it. Pulls up, thought about the three, now goes into the key, puts it up, off the mark, no good. Dupuis with the rebound. Dupuis still with it, coming up on the 3-minute mark here. Decides to drive the bucket, gets it to fall. 59-48. Dupuis been busy in this quarter. 2:59 to play. Here's Grace Wolf, watched closely by Dupuis. Changes direction. Now Annie Zink. Bedford's more than happy to just burn some clock here. Now Kate Allard almost lost the ball there, put it back to Zink. Inside to McCarthy, and it's going to say, they're going to say off an Astros player, off of Mia Marshall, so possession stays with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's unusual to watch them slow it down. You don't see that unless it usually, if they're up 30 at the end of a game, you'll see them slow it down. So to your point, with 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, up 11, now's the time. You don't want to turn the ball over. You don't want a quick shot.
Now, I mean, this is kind of a tricky point here. It's a 4-possession game right now. And there is enough time that if you make a couple of bad moves, you could get the Astros right back into it. So you want to be careful with the ball and hang on to it, maybe force them to foul you, get the ball back.
Exactly.
Or if you have an easy basket, go for that.
And I mean, the Astros, they have that rare ability. They got girls who can create their own shot. They don't only have shooters, but between Dupuis and Gerasi and Benz, those are three girls. They can create their own shots, hit a couple threes, get it right back in this game.
Eight points in the second half for Kaylee Dupuis. She's got 13 on the night. So she's having herself a big second half here. But the Bulldogs will inbound with 2:28 to play, leading by 11. They'd like to take some time off the clock, some more time off. Hopefully lead to some points here before they give the Astros the ball back. McCarthy gets it into Muir. Astros are playing very tight. Muir still with it, still dribbling, gets it to Mel McCarthy. She drives to the bucket, off the glass and good. McCarthy with 12 points. Lead is up to 13, 61-48. Here's Gerasi. Thought about the three. Gets it to Dupuis. Now Dupuis going to take the three off the mark. Bedford with the rebound. Into the corner. Here's Allard with the quick three. No good. But the rebound goes to Landis, and she puts it up. She will get fouled. Isabella Landis in the game here. Her first time in this game. And she will go to the charity stripe to shoot two. First one by Landis is perfect.
I'm getting updates from my son's DraftKings group chat. 49-25 UCLA over Purdue.
Landis with her second attempt coming up. Perfect as well. 2 points for Landis. And a 63-48 lead, 15-point lead now, 5 possessions with just a minute and 40 to go. Benz outside to Brown. Now Gerasi. Now Gibbs is calling something out to the official, something that he didn't like. Running jumper there by Gerasi is good.
I mean, you see what she can, that's what I'm talking. She can create her own shot. A little late now, but
that's a 9-point game here for Gerasi. And a great runner there by Ella Allard. She gets on the board now with her first 2 points, 65-50. Runner there by Brown. Under a minute to play. Sarah Muir kicks it out to Landis. Back to Muir. And a rebound by Karina Camineni in the game, and a foul is called. Looks like it's on Brooke Benz. Her second foul. Just an inbound here. Muir looking for the inbound. Finds Ava Collins. Collins driving to the bucket, gets blocked, gets her own rebound, puts it up too strong. And she steals it right back, Collins does. Second rebound, layup attempt, no good. But now just 30 seconds left in the game. Brown out to Marshall. Her three-point attempt is no good. Muir with the rebound. 17 seconds left to play. I'll imagine they're just going to run this clock out. Collins, cross court.
And it looks like Pinkerton's going to let him.
No point in fouling anybody here. Camineni, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that's going to do it. Your final score, Bedford 65, Pinkerton Academy 52. Quick update on the scoring. It's Annie Zink with 10, Grace Wolf with 2, Sarah Muir with 18, Isabella Landis with 2, Ava Zink with 4, 17 for Kate Allard, 2 for Ella Allard, and Mel McCarthy with 12 points on the Pinkerton side. Hang on a second here. 9, 11, 13 for Kaylee Dupuis, 4 for Leonard. Brooke Benz, she has 7 points, going to call that 16. Taya Brown, I believe she's got, trying to count this real quick, I think she's got 3 points. I might be wrong.
Yep.
Mia Marshall, she finishes with 5, and Sydney Gerasi scoring everything in the second half. She finishes the game with 9 points. Want to thank our sponsors and, of course, our crew, Bill Jennings on camera, and you, Mike Top, for doing the color. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Harry Kozlowski. Don't forget, we're back Friday night, 7 o'clock. The boys will be in action against the Memorial Crusaders right here at 7 o'clock. So, once again, final score, Bedford 65, Pinkerton Academy 52. You've been watching and listening to Bedford girls basketball on BCTV and Bedford 105.1.